Yeah.
After a thrilling couple of weeks of competition here in World Table Tennis, we've reached finals day in Doha, in the heart of the Middle East, in Qatar. It's been an amazing 2 weeks of tournaments. The Contender event, of course, last week, WTT Contender Doha. This week, WTT Star Contender Doha. Double the prize money, more ranking points, more big names. And we've reached the last day of competition here at the Lusail Sports Arena. 5 finals for you across a couple of sessions of play. The big names have made their way through to the showpiece matches here. It's good morning to you. Guy McCree with you alongside Dan Ives once again. Good morning to you, Dan. We start off in this first session with the finals in the various doubles events, and really interesting 3 matches we've got here.
Absolutely, it's a huge day of table tennis, and I'm looking forward to this opening game. Of course, we've got the 16-year-old Shin Yubin, who's been in absolute form right now for Korea, alongside her partner, Jihee.
Yeah, up against the top seeds, Kasumi, ISHIKAWA and Miyu Hirano. We're going to start with that. They, of course, won the Contender event. They're going for a double-up. Then, of course, we've got the World Championship runners-up, Rob Les and Ionescu taking on Jeong Sik and Lee Sang-soo, the top seeds in the men's doubles in the final there. And then Lee's back in action alongside Jeon Jihee to take on the winners of the mix from last week, Lim Win-ru and Cheng Yi-chin. So lots and lots of good storylines there. And then, of course, in the second session, the final session of WTT Star Contender Doha, we have the singles finals. Mi Morito also going for back-to-back titles. The top seed in the women's draw takes on Feng Tianwei of Singapore, and Tomokazu Harimoto, the top seed in the men's draw, the Japanese, to take on surprise finalists, the surprise package of the men's draw, Ruben Phillips of Germany, 42 in the world, who's made his way brilliantly through to the final. But we're going to start with the women's doubles title match. Kasumi Ishikawa and Miyu Hirano, of course, the top seeds going for those back-to-back titles. They once again beat their compatriots Miyu Kihara and Hina Hayata in the semi-finals, just as they did last week. Is that going to be an omen for them to double up here? Or is it going to be Shin Yubin and Jeon Jihee who upset them here? They beat Odo and Yukoi in their semi-final. Without further ado then, let's join in for the introductions ahead of the women's doubles final.
Let's get ready for the women's doubles final! Please welcome the women's doubles world rank 69 from Korea, Jeon Jihee and Shin Yubin! And now, let's welcome the women's doubles world rank 2 from Japan, Miyu Hirano and Kasumi Ishikawa.
The lights, the cameras, and the action to come here on finals day at WTT Star Contender Doha. Kicking off here with the women's doubles title match. It's best of 5 games, as has been the case throughout the doubles draws. The singles later round matches, of course, the semis and the finals today over best of 7, but the doubles is best of 5. It's quick fire, it provides competitive action, it's innovative, it's fun, and it can provide shocks, tales of the unexpected, which is what really World Table Tennis is all about. These couple of weeks of competition here at the Middle East Hub have provided plenty of thrilling storylines, wonderful narratives, just great action all up. We've really enjoyed it, and a great final day in prospect.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've said throughout, there's been so many times where the world ranking hasn't justified, you know, the result at times, right? You know, and there's been so many upsets, and that's what World Table Tennis is all about, you know, players bringing their A game in front of the world stage.
Yeah, it's we've often framed it as the stars against the contenders, the star contender format, and I guess we've got a bit of it in this sense. I mean, Jeon Jihee's been around a long time, but these two, of course, in the role of the stars, the winners of the contender event, Ishikawa and Hirano, top players against the contenders. Jeon Jihee, as I say, a little bit more than that, but Shin Yubin, 16 years of age. What an amazing couple of weeks it's been for her, as she's really taken to this august stage here in Doha. have the spin of the coin then for this final. Japanese top seeds have won that coin toss there. Choice of ends as well has to be decided here. There's always that discussion, isn't there, in doubles, all those multiple questions. Of course, a quick look at the trophies, what they're playing for there as well. And the prize money, everything else. It's what this brand new era of the sport is all about. World table tennis really taking the sport to the next level. And we have got a thrilling final in prospect. Dan, it's been really impressive from these two. We talked about Miyu Hirano and actually Ishikawa to a lesser degree in singles. Maybe haven't done what they wanted to in these 2 weeks, but in doubles you can't really fault them. Absolutely,
of course, last week's contender champions, and here you can see here en route to the final.
Yeah, the one test, of course, they did meet Kihara and Hayata, their compatriots, in the semis last week, and they just squeaked by them here this time, 3-2. They're looking in good touch, combining well together. Of course, we had the narrative, if you like, the subplot of the Tokyo Olympics in the background. They're going to be together in terms of that for the Olympics. Hirano, of course, part of the team event as well. So this is all important preparation for that, as well as an important event in itself. Their opponents, we can say similar things of, it's just been refreshing, hasn't it, this week to see JEON Jihee in such good form, but SHIN Yubin has been one of the stories, Dan, of the whole 2 weeks, lighting it up, and all with just such a fascinating smile.
Absolutely, yeah, she's just got this calm manner about her, but at the same time really devastating with her shots. And as you said, JEON Jihee is in real form right now. Of course, yesterday he did so well in the mixed doubles to get to the final and was the star player really in that semi-final match.
Yeah, indeed. This is what they've done here. Pergel and Madarash, the Hungarians, beaten in the first match of the proceedings there, then the Russians, Noskova and Vorobeva, and then Odo and Yukoi in the semis. We've got here we've got left-right-hand combinations as well, going up against each other in this one.
Yeah, on both teams, and with Simferai, it doesn't really surprise you, right? I mean, we've had so many doubles pairings with right and left-handed combinations, and as you said, teams getting ready for the Olympics, and you know, we do know that the right and left-handed combo generally has the upper hand against two right-handed players or two left-handed players, because you can play that forehand from the middle of the table when you're both right and left-handed.
We can get going then here. The start of finals day here. It's been an amazing couple of weeks of competition here at this WTT Middle East Hub. A stunning debut for world table tennis on the global stage. Beginning finals day here, first of 5 finals across a couple of sessions of play, with JEON Jihee to serve first in this women's doubles title match. Guy McCree and Dan Ives taking you through the action here throughout the course of this final day. ISHIKAWA and HIRANO looking for back-to-back titles, having won the contender event. JEON Jihee and SHIN Yubin looking to upset them.
1-all.
Brilliant shot there from SHIN Yubin. At last minute, opened the back angle for deception. ISHIKAWA thought that was coming into her backhand.
What for you, you know, we talk about the stars against the contenders. As I say, it doesn't quite hold here because JEON Jihee is very experienced, but they are the underdogs, you would say, here in this final. Naturally, I mean, what are the keys for you, 1 or 2 things that stand out if they're going to beat the Japanese here?
Yeah, as you said, I don't think there's not a lot in this at all in terms of how we've seen their performance throughout this event. It's going to be that consistency and winning the short game early on and playing with conviction and confidence, having that self-belief and not making unforced errors. Really take initiative and take the games. We know that ISHIKAWA and HIRANO are so consistent. They've been playing for years together. They know each other's games so well. SHIN Yubin and JEON Jihee, they're quite relatively new to playing to doubles together, you know, so they need to try and click early on and then put the pressure on the Japanese team. Oh,
Oh, she's showing no sort of nerves or anything, and you're not surprised if you've watched Shin Yubin through these couple of weeks. The way she started this final, it's like she's born for the stage, the big stage of WTT. This big, fantastic arena, settled in immediately.
3-5. Four, 5. All.
Back at parity here then. Shin and JEON there with Hirano missing the receive.
That's exactly what Shin and Jun need to do here, guys. Keep with them early on. Stay with them in the opening game.
Let. Five all. Five, 6. Seven, 5.
Yeah, very good fight back here. Initially behind in this opening game, Koreans.
Yeah, Shin, they're reading the serve well. Good flick attack. Putting the Japanese pair under pressure, and on a 7-5 lead here, and it's exactly the start that they want. And also need against these #1 seeds.
Chu Kyo-sung and Mika Barber, the respective coaches. Yeah, this first game in the best of 5, we say very important. Just reaching for that one. JEON. I'm with you though, Dan. I actually don't think it's a case here of them being huge underdogs. I mean, Hirano and Ishikawa have got more experience together. Okay, that is important. But in terms of the quality the Koreans bring to the table, I'm not sure if they can go on. I'm not sure it's a monster upset.
No, not at all. I completely agree there. And Jihee was so good in the mixed double semi-final yesterday. She's been playing well throughout the whole in all categories, but in the doubles in particular, getting that forehand in really well, like we just saw there, and really making very little errors.
Six, 9.
Another error from Ishikawa. 3 points adrift here, in a bit of trouble. Even more so now. Maybe that one just caught the net on the way through from JEON. That's the apology. Yeah, just catching the top of the tape. 4 game points.
11.
And there we go.
Game to Yeon Shin.
Ishikawa and Hirano have got a bit of work to do here, the top seeds. A game down to JEON Jihee and Shin Yubin.
A fantastic start there from the Korean duo, the start that they wanted. As I said, they were strong, good positive serve receives. Jun was getting that forehand in really well and aggressive. And yeah, putting the Japanese players, the #1 seeds, under a lot of pressure here in the opening game.
Yeah, played very nicely there. The combinations, they're working well for these two as they chat with Chu Kyo-sung. The head-to-head between the two, I mean, there's a bit of a chasm of experience, because of course Shin doesn't really have that at this level. And it just suggests, I mean, Ishikawa and Hirano, we've seen this before when they go a game down. They don't really get flustered because they've got that partnership, that experience together.
Yeah. And we've seen throughout in this tournament how comebacks do take place. Players have got to stay calm, keep positive. There's those trophies. They actually look awesome, those trophies.
Yeah, they do. You'd like to lift one of those, wouldn't you?
Time.
Very few get the chance to do so. Of course, elite level of competition. ISHIKAWA and HIRANO having already won the contender event. They're used to lifting the silverware.
One thing Dimitri pointed out when he won last week, he said, "I'm just loving this trophy. It looks brilliant."
Find a spot for it on the shelf on the mantelpiece at home. I'm sure he will.
ISHIKAWA
After off.
to serve. Level. Love 1.
I mean, the Japanese pair, they didn't do anything wrong there. Just that career. We're just there, on top of it.
Well, it's as you urged, really, when you set it up, what they had to do. Take the attack to the Japanese as well. Keep good position relative to the table as well. They were doing that. And the combinations, of course. That's a good combination there. Rips that one away, HIRANO.
Yeah, not easy to pick up the ball like this. SHIN Yubin dig that through really deep as well to the white line.
It was telling there, just looking ISHIKAWA's reaction. Of course, such a good match player. Knows when to bring that intensity. You can see she's buzzing around here, beaming at HIRANO. They want the fast start here to this second game.
Three, 1.
They were actually 2 games down in their semi-final with Hayata and Kihara, the compatriots. Came back to win 11-7 in the 5th, ISHIKAWA and HIRANO. Oh, JEON Jihee, seen plenty of that through this run and all the competition she's played. What a flick receive.
Yeah, superb. Coming around the side of the ball there to get that angle and spin.
Timing the ball so well. It's a bit lucky that time. First towel down of this second game. Yeah, the gesture from SHIN, able to just get over the top. And that ball there, get that wiper motion.
Yeah, finishing in front on the backhand. Good push. Looking very comfortable at the moment, aren't they, Korea? You know, relaxed and relaxed with that controlled aggression.
Loading that one up, ISHIKAWA. Tough to control.
Again, experience there from ISHIKAWA. Just going for heavy rotation on the ball rather than all-out pace. That's the thing, it's knowing when to go for slow spin or a fast stroke. Because if you go for, in doubles, if you play too hard, you know, the ball comes back quickly and your partner won't have time to get to it. So you have to judge the position of your partner when you're playing the stroke. Okay, they're out of position, I'm going to go for a slow spin here. So then the ball comes back slower. So all that variation and stroke play.
5, 6. I
know Japan made a huge comeback yesterday to come back from 2-0 down, but I don't think they'll want to go 2-0 down in this game.
To the elbow of Hirano. It's actually something, I think back on the singles, it's a fascinating, interesting point for me. If you look at the singles, what happened, of course, because SHIN beat Hirano in the singles here, 3-1, and that was a particular tactic of hers in that match, was to go hard at the elbow. I mean, you suggest that, Dan, in general it's a good place to go, but she really targeted Hirano's elbow with her plays in that match.
Yeah, players play at such a good level now. If you go into the bat, they're able to counter on both wings. Finding an elbow makes it a lot harder to get a good quality shot in.
Let. 7, 6. Seven all. Play, please. Eight.
Did well there. Japanese initially pushing, looking to be aggressive. He's going to control the rally, but the Koreans again stood up really well.
Seven, 9.
Fantastic counter there from SHIN over the table early. Look at this shot here. And playing down the line as well. Such a short, compact technique. But so effective.
Stop. Go card for time wasting.
Well, they've been hot on this, the officials,
7, 9.
throughout the 2 weeks. Another yellow card handed out, taking too long to deliver the service. Or in this case, of course, holding up the server. The Koreans getting the yellow card. Japan with the service, the Japanese pair.
Time out.
Good play there from Hirano into the space, and we've got our first time out of the final here. Looking to influence the course of this all-important second game. Chu Kyo-sung, the coach of SHIN and JEON here. Fascinating stage, isn't it? In the battle for these trophies, of course, these, as we said already, just look absolutely beautiful. Really embody what world table tennis is all about. Ranking points as well, of course, and the prize money, we've got double the prize money this week at WTT Star Contender Doha. $400,000 total prize money compared to $200,000 last week at the Contender event. The rewards fitting, really, of these elite athletes. More to come in that regard. As in general, of course, in world table tennis, this is just really the beginning, the first couple of events of the new era in the sport. Many, many more things planned in the months to come. So is this timeout going to have a telling influence on the outcome of this second game?
8, 9.
Ishikawa resuming with the service, and one more service to come here.
Nine all.
Just got that kind of underlying, you can feel underlying vibe of a bit of tension here. The team's trying to keep themselves loose, but it's in the best of 5. In some ways, these could be the key moments in the whole final.
Yeah, the second game here, either to go 2-0 up or a 1-1 in games makes a huge difference.
Also, of course, it's just so tight, this second game as well. Japan. Oh, and what a receive there from Hirano. Top quality.
Yeah, perfect placement.
Yeah, so smart.
It's clever because Jihee's been pivoting a lot on that forehand. Here we go.
Tried a similar area of the table. Not this time for Hirano, and the game point comes and goes.
So a similar tactic that both teams have been doing throughout is trying to get this line ball, playing down the parallel. Devastating backhand, isn't it? And Shin Yubin. This here taking it so early. Not giving any time for Hirano.
Game point down to game point up here, the Koreans. And they convert their opportunities. That the key moment in this women's doubles final here in Doha. Shin Yubin and JEON Jihee now 2 games up. ISHIKAWA and Hirano in real trouble.
Again, to win the point on Shin's backhand. Hirano just struggling to keep up with that sort of pace. It's coming through so quickly. Stepping in over the table, good wrist. And so smiles just talking about at the start, Guy.
It's infectious, really. So engaging. Top seeds here, of course, won the contender event, but 2 down, just as they were in their semi-final. But they invested an awful lot in that second game. You felt mentally as much as what they put on the table in terms of the points played themselves. Hashtag WTT Doha. We encourage your comments, really, particularly here on the last day of what's been an amazing couple of weeks. If you've missed anything, of course, do follow through our social media. At WTT, the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Weibo as well. We're on YouTube. We've got a channel there as well. World Table Tennis. Everything you need to know if you're catching up. If you're new to it, great to have you with us here. Better late than never. And it's just the beginning, really, in terms of what World Table Tennis is bringing. But as I say, all of those facilities, the social media, the digital strategies to keep you up to date, bring you up to date. Everything going on in the sport right now. ISHIKAWA and Hirano, the top seeds here. 2 games down in this final. Oh, it's going to take a big effort, you feel, from here, Dan, because touched on it before. Now, I felt ISHIKAWA and Hirano invested an awful lot in that second game and ultimately didn't get anything for it.
Yeah, so it's a huge hill for them to climb now. They did do it in the semi-final after being 2-0 down. But for me right now, Jihee's forehand has been so strong throughout this whole competition. And you've got Shin Yubin's backhand. It's a really tough team to crack.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, I mean, the question would be what, naturally, what ISHIKAWA and Hirano have got to do to come back into this.
Maybe getting Shin Yubin to play a few more forehands, actually, because they've been playing a lot into her backhand. But yeah, Korea right now, they're just so solid. You said at the start, what's it going to take for Korea to put the #1 seeds under pressure? And it is this, you know, not making errors, imposing your game, attacking first, mixing up the play.
Yeah, as you say, whether it's been through JEON's forehand in that case or Shin's backhand side, those have been the key areas of the matchup. And again! Brilliant.
It's that Shuxing roll on the floor shot as well at the end. Photo finish. That's how much the players have to move out of the way, you know. World-class footwork, but still have to really dive around to get the body out of the way.
Timeout called here by Mika Baba, the Japanese coach. This final is going away from them right now. Just can't really, you know, you talk a lot about being proactive rightly, being aggressive at the right times, taking the right opportunity and a point to be aggressive. That's what these two have done, and we've seen a bit of New Hirano on receives doing that, but for the Japanese, they haven't been able to do that too often so far.
Yeah, they're just not, you know, Shin and Jin are just doing so well at making the first attack, so they're on the back foot, Hirano and ISHIKAWA. which is making it difficult for them. They're on the back foot and having to like just get the ball back or try and do a counter. But it's the Korean pair that's taking initiative. Good serving. There's also the Japanese team under pressure. They can feel it, you know. Korean team are, you know, they're relaxed and they're clicking well together. I also feel like Jihee, obviously the experienced player between the two, and Shin is just like really rising to the occasion and enjoying the experience, and Jun is like, you know, you've got this, come on, let's do this, you know. It's a fresh pair.
Maybe that freshness is a factor overall. How this final seems to be going.
4-1.
That's just fascinating, really. We look forward a lot to the Olympics, particularly, I think, in these doubles events. And of course, these two nations, two of the favourites for medals. Now, is she okay there? She's chuckling away, as she nearly always does here. Both of them. Shin Yubin chuckling towards, I think seems okay. JEON Jihee. That stumble. No, but it's the picks, isn't it, really? I mean, they're all going to be involved come the summer in Tokyo. These two nations, it's so tough to pick teams, isn't it? With the, you know, you're only a limited certain number of picks that you've got. They've got so much strength in depth. Oh, well, they were on top there, the Japanese pair, but Hirano unable to apply the finish.
It was the spin there that won it. On Jun's forehand there, Hirano just couldn't keep that backhand down. Laced with topspin.
Yeah, you could pick any number of players. I mean, you know, if you think of the Japanese, we've seen their strength in depth through the Middle East hub. You can only, of course, get that certain number of picks, couple in the singles, and then you add another player for the team event. And of course, you have the combinations with the mixed, with the men's players who've been picked.
6-3.
Need more of that and fast, really. The top seeds here.
That's exactly what we need to do. Apply the pressure. That's a good counter.
4-6.
Just clip the net. But that positivity is what the Japanese pair need to do.
Yeah, they're taking both points there against the Korean serves. So the big moments coming up here. Keep to level up this third game. Hirano with the service. It's smart, isn't it? From it's that line receive that talked about a lot, Dan. And again, great example of it here from Shin.
Yeah, playing down the line works well in doubles because your partner is obviously in that position and you've got to move over there. You've got to both move out of the way. And right now, Shin and Jun are doing that. Best of movement on the table. Again, the line ball.
8-4.
This forehand of Jun Jihee has just been so devastating. I said it yesterday in the mixed doubles, and when she plays a forehand, it's quite often an outright winner.
That can be difficult to do, obviously, in doubles, you know, to find those winners. Naturally, you've got two opponents, try and find ways through, but as you say, she's managed to do it time and again. 3 points from the title.
8-5.
Oh, yes. Oh, they're not going to go down easily here.
I was just thinking that it's going to be, yeah. The Japanese pair are so strong, so solid. They're going to fight all the way to the end.
Run of points here going against the service now. That's 6 in a row. And another one.
6-9.
It's good there from JEON. She didn't get passive after losing a few points in a row. She came positive. That's what you've got to do at this level.
Play, please. Ten.
Swing and a miss. Missed time that Hirano. Is it going to be a missed opportunity for the top seeds here?
Yeah, good read there from JEON that the serve from Ishikawa came long.
4 match points for the Korea Republic pair.
10-7.
Notice there how Hirano and Ishikawa are still fighting. They're keeping their head strong. You know, they're not showing any body language here that they're losing. That's experience here as well. They're still giving their all.
Eight.
Ishikawa across in a flash, anticipated it that time.
Interesting there. JEON, they're going for a new serve at match point. High toss. That's the 3rd run of points there the Japanese team have won against the Korean serve.
Well,
Now they want to serve.
Yeah, just in general, it's been the theme of this 3rd game. Still 2 more match points here. Back with Hirano serving here. Top seeds match points down. And that's it this time. It's joy for JEON Jihee and SHIN Yubin here in Doha. The mixed doubles champion. Hirano. So setting up for the trophy presentation here of the women's doubles here at this WTT Middle East Hub. First of 5 finals, of course, here. Packed finals day, final day of competition here at WTT Star Contender Doha. Something of a shock, not a full upset as we think here, because JEON Jihee very experienced, but of course the top seeds, ISHIKAWA and HIRANO, by ranking, it is a bit of an upset, 3-0. No double up for them, having won the contender event. They fall up short this time. JEON Jihee will be in action later on, of course, in the mixed doubles final, alongside Lee Sang-soo against the winners of the mixed doubles from last week, the contender event, Lin Wenru and Cheng Yiqing. And Lee Sang-soo in action next up in the men's doubles with Jeong Young-sik against Robles and Ionescu. And a look ahead, of course, to the final session here of WTT Star Contender Doha. The top seeds both involved. Mi Morito on the women's side of things, looking for back-to-back titles against Feng Tianwei, and then Tomokazu Harimoto against Ruan Phyllis of Germany, world number 42. But we're going to be going in now for the trophy presentation for the women's doubles competition here at WTT Star Contender Doha.
The night of table tennis comes to an end with the crowning of our first ever WTT Star Contender champions right here in Qatar. To all the fans watching around the world, we hope you have enjoyed all the table tennis action on show. We warmly welcome our distinguished guests for today's trophy presentation. Mr. Ali bin Sultan Al Muftah, WTT Middle East Hub Deputy Event Director, and also Ms. Petra Sorling, ITTF Executive Vice President. Please welcome back your finalists, Kasumi Ishikawa and Miyu Hirano. I now invite Ms. Petra Sorling to present the finals trophy. And now, our WTT Star Contender Doha 2021 champions from Korea, JEON Jihee and SHIN Yubin. I now invite Mr. Ali bin Sultan Al Muftah to present the winner trophies to our champions. I would now kindly request all our presenters to join together near the players for a group photo.
Yeah, so the two teams, of course, receiving their prizes. In terms of the prize money, the winners with $1,400 US. The champions, Shin Yubin and JEON Jihee, and the Republic of Korea here in the mixed doubles here at WTT Star Contender Doha. So the first final out of the way then, but much more to come here in Doha. Next up, it's the men's doubles title match. Lee Sang-soo and Jeong Young-sik, the top seeds, to take on the World Championship runners-up from a couple of years ago, Alvaro Robles and Ovidio Ionescu. That's coming up next.